Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry-level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best and start today.
So here, now let's say, Rajesh, I don't want a Debian, I want Ubuntu, or sorry, I want CentOS. No problem. Take a Ubuntu, a CentOS image and build on top of that HTTPD simple. How much time? 4 minutes, 3 minutes or more, not more than that. Let's take this image. This is the image. And on top of that, you add HTTPD manually. I'll teach you how can you do that. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So yes, all the tools you will get it here. Now your desired combination, you may get it, you may not get it. I don't know. You have to search for it. But it takes 1 hour. Creating an image, custom image, just take 5 minutes. Make sense?
Right. But in that case, most of the time we'll just go to the maybe like base version of Ubuntu, right? Because
no.
configuration is
again your focus. See, your focus should be on applications, not on the runtime environment. See, you want Jenkins to be used, not you don't want for timing. I'm just telling you. Let's say one sessions next week we'll have a Jenkins. So you just bother about Jenkins, how to learn Jenkins. So you just want Jenkins, whether Jenkins is running on CentOS, Debian, Fedora, SUSE, what exactly, I don't care about it. Now, if someone will ask me, hey, Rajesh, there's a project, Jenkins is running on the some certain platform only, and you need to be pro in that, then I'll think about it. But let's first learn the Jenkins, no? Applications. Yeah. Correct, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, now life cycle of container. Any other questions before getting into this? Any other questions, guys? Hello?
Docker, hello? Am I audible?
Yes, tell me, I can hear you. Hello? I can hear you.
Can we run Docker engine and Docker client in different machines?
Ram, I am having some problem with hearing you. Probably you have asked, can I run the Docker client and Docker, what you said, Docker daemon in this?
Docker engine in different machines. Yeah.
I repeat.
Like a controller and node.
See, look at this here. Docker engine is equal to client and Docker D, and they communicate through the API. So of course you can have it in a different machines. Yes, you can have a Docker client here, Docker D in other machines. So now questions to you. Back to questions to you. So let's say this is in one machine, this is in machine 2. Container will be creating the machine 1 or machine 2. Tell me.
Machine one.
No. Please think. My question is, Docker client is running in the machine 1, Docker D is running in machine 2. You are sending a communication from machine 1 to machine 2. So container will be running in machine 1 or machine 2?
Machine on top of Docker D
Correct.
on machine
Correct. Machine 2. Remember that? Docker D only talk to the local kernel. If there's no, I never said here they talk through API and all. They all talk through UDP actually. Okay. So this all has to be the same machine.
Run the containers.
Yes.
In same. Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay, now guys, I must ask you to focus. Very important session. And let me tell you, all of your struggle of containers and Dockers will be disappeared in the next 1 hour only. Okay, don't need to get scared from the latest technology, because latest technology is always easy to learn, easy to test, easy to debug, easy to share and all. So it's like that. So now the question is life cycle of container. Let me ask you simple way to just for your memory context. Okay, life cycle of human. You know that? Anyone would like to tell me life cycle of human? Anyone? So we born, right? And then we become a kid. It's life cycle phases. Kid, then we become young, a teen first, maybe teen, and then we become young, and then we become middle age, then old, and then die. Correct, no? Something like that. Now, next question is life cycle of VMs. Tell me, because VMs technology we are using from last 15 plus years. So at least you should tell me here VMs, so I can teach you the containers. So we create a VM. Guys, how many of you have created a VM in the last session? We are having 5 days gap. So how many of you have created a VMs?
I created sent OS.
Wonderful. Guys, please practice it. It's important, else this whole sessions will be wasted. Okay, so here you have to create a VM. Then you start a VM. If you started, you can stop, of course. If you stop, you can start again back. If you started, then you can also restart also, right? If it's restarted, if it's running, then you can pause the VM. If it is paused, you can unpause the VM. If you can unpause, again it will be running, then you can kill the VM. And then if it's still, then you can remove the VM. Are you okay with this workflow of the VM, life cycle of the VMs, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So guys, I think you know the containers also. Look at this here. Yes, you need to create a container, you need to start the container, you need to stop the container, you need to start again back to the container, you can restart the container, you can pause the container, you can unpause the container, you can kill the container, you can remove the container. Okay, so you can do that. So how do we do that? Demo directly. Guys, how do I know which are the images I'm having? Docker images, none. How do I know how many containers you are running? Docker PS, none. How do I know how many containers are exited and running? A, all. Only you need to remember these 3 commands. Docker images, Docker PS -a. And I have no images, I have no container running, I have no container exited also. You see that? So what do we do in this case? Let's work with the image which is called HTTPD. Okay, so this is a simple image, HTTPD web server. All images are simple only, by the way. So here, how do we get this? Here you have a commands actually, docker pull HTTPD. So docker pull HTTPD and enter. It will take, because in AWS it's just fast, it will take hardly a few seconds. If you are doing in the local machines, probably it will take few minutes. Okay, because of the internet speed. So now you see that here, guys. Look at my screen. All of you see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see.
So guys,
Yes.
this is the image. Image name HTTPD, tagged with the latest image ID 10 days back it got created, and size of this one. By the way, if you look at this image name, it's repository. Remember, it is repository. Image is repository. Repository contains images. File system. Please understand that. Okay. Now I don't know how many of you have noticed that. If you know Git, probably you'll understand this one easily. I told you image is equal to multiple version of file system. Are you all remembering that statement, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
1 pulling, 2 pulling, 3 pulling, 4 pulling, 5 pulling. That means it has a 5 version of file system in this image. You can check this out, but I'm not talking right now. Don't want to confuse you. Okay, so now I got an image. How do I create a container? Simple, guys. Please remember this workflow life cycle all the time. Don't need to remember anything else. Please remember this all life cycle. So can I run it in front of you? Docker create What? From which image? HTTPD. See here. Look at the status created. So every time you create a container, you get a unique ID from image. Container is running with this. Will run with this. Right now, it's not running. It's not running. Status is created only. And the name of the container is randomly generated. So it's like that. So I created one container. You want one more? 2 containers. See here. You want one more? 3 containers. How much time it takes to create a container, guys? Are you seeing that? Second, correct now? All of you?
Yes.
Can I start now? Next life cycle. See that I can use the container name, I can use the container ID. Anything is okay. I'm using container ID. Container name is unique, container ID is also unique. Start. Look at this. Up. One more. Start. Look at the magic. Here. See, up one more. So 2 up, 1 created, status. Now I'll stop it 1 container. Stop. First container. See, the container which is stopped after running, exit. The container which has never run, created. The container which is running up. Can I start one more time? Stop the container. Start. See you. Running 2 seconds. What to do now? See, create, start, stop, start, restart. So there's one container, middle one, which is running from last 39 seconds. See here, 1 second. Tell me, is it effort? You are putting some effort? No. It's so magically it's happening everything. What do you want? Pause. So see here, which container you want to pause? Let's say this one. So Docker, pause, container ID. See here. Look at this paused. Paused container will not get a CPU. I repeat, paused container will not get a CPU. RAM will be used, storage will be used, but not a CPU. Okay. And here, unpause. Again running. And then kill. See, I'm killing one container. Kill container ID. And see, kill will also exit the container, first one. And then finally, you can remove. So only the exit container or created container, you can remove it. The container which is running, you cannot remove it because the process is in hold, locked. So remove RM and container ID. Enter. And you see here, gone. So tell me honestly, was it really difficult to run an application which is Apache using Docker? All of you? Tell me.
Yes.
Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. So now, guys, next thing I'm having in my mind, okay, fine, I created a container, but how do I use it? How do I access it? Correct? How? That's the next question. How do I use it? So guys, let me ask you one very simple question. When you run a VM, what do you do with the VM? Tell me honestly. Let's say you create a container or VMs on AWS, or let's say you create a VM in your laptop itself. How do you use it? What do you do with that VM? Tell me.
Try to access that.
Go inside it. And then second one,
Run commands.
Yeah, you go inside, run commands. And second one, access from outside. From accessing outside, what do you need? Correct now?
Yeah.
Work.
Network. Correct now?
Yeah.
That's all. So why you are taking so seriously the container? Container is not something out of the world thing. It is the same environment without a boot file system, without a kernel. It's the same environment. There's no difference between you and container. The only things when you log in to the laptop, you all are sharing the resources. In a container, they are not sharing the resources. They are independent. They are lucky actually. Kernel is given separate resources for every container, but you guys are getting shared resources. That's the difference. Apart from that, there is no difference. Don't take container very seriously. So the question is, how do I go inside the container and how can I access that container from outside? That's the question we should answer. So before me answering this question, do you have any questions for me? Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I am having a question, Rajesh. So
Yes.
when we pulled that image, so you have shown us that it has basically pulled out all the previous versions.
Yes, that's correct.
So is there any possibility that we can also create the containers based on some previous image?
Yes, very much you can do that. Very
How
much.
to do that? How to do that?
That's a upcoming topic. I'll do that. But think about it. Very simple. You know Git.
Yeah.
So Git, you are checking out the latest one, and then you get a source code of latest one. When you check out the older one, don't you get the older source code?
Yeah.
Same way. And now you'll ask Rajesh why you are adding Git when I am asking questions of Docker. Correct now? So let me tell you here. It's very simple.
So again, here I'm basically looking at what are the options to basically point previous image. So again,
No,
the checkout process, how to do that checkout process in Docker, that I'm basically confused about.
that I'll teach you. Theoretically, you understand how to do that. I'll tell you. That's a part of the session. So now,
Okay.
why I'm asking you to remember all the time, whenever you ask me a Docker question, you know what? Sorry, a Docker image question, then I will talk about the Git image. Git repo. Why? Why? Because there is a reason for it. And the reason is the Docker image is maintained by SHA-256 algorithm, and Git repository, which is also kind of image itself, is maintained by SHA-1 algorithm. They are from the something similar parents. Algorithms are same. So any concept which apply to Git repository for versioning, the same concept will apply to Docker image repository also. So that's the reason I'm saying anything which you have a question in terms of images, Docker images, find out that answer in a Git one, and you will get an answer. Now you will say, Rajesh, how to do that? That's you'll have to little bit wait for it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So any other questions, guys? Okay. So guys, look at my screen. Just a second, guys. Give me. I'm having some water.
Can we have a 10-minute break now? Maybe after the 10-minute break, we can start.
Yes, if all are okay, then we can have it. What about other people? Can we have a one break for 10 minutes only?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, only 10 minutes of break. Don't delay because we have a lots of things to cover today only. So I'll be back in 10 minutes, and you guys also grab your tea, coffee, restaurant, and personal calls.
Yeah. Thank you.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so next question is, how do I go inside a VM? How can I access the VM from outside? Or how can I go inside a container and how can I access the container from outside? Simple. So guys, how do you go inside a VM? So typically you use SSH, correct now? And how you can access from outside network? Okay, for SSH also you need a network, but here SSH, HTTP, correct now? All of you agree with me? Using network
Yes.
and using network. Now here, because it's a console access you can get it immediately of shell access. Shell access, console I think is right, not right word, sorry, shell access. For Linux, which shell we use? Bash shell. For Windows, what shell we use? Anyone? For Windows, which shell we use?
PowerShell.
PowerShell. Yes, wonderful. Guys, come out of this scene, which is called console. Like we got used to it so much, the Windows, like without console, we don't work actually. But try to get a habit of shell or browser. That is the best. Okay, so how do I use the container? Before that, guys, I must share with you one of the knowledge and which is very important for you. And again, I must tell you, this is so important, like you cannot troubleshoot if you forget this rule. You cannot troubleshoot Docker if you forget the rule. If you cannot troubleshoot the container, you should forget the rule. What is the rules? I'll put it in the context, you'll remember that. You know what? Physical server is running as long as the ID1 is running. Yes, that's correct. PID1 is running. Now, PID1 means first process. First process. Okay. PID1 is running. So let me show you here. Where is my task manager in this Windows? This is my physical machine, right? Windows machine. Let me close this. Where is my task manager? Here it is. So guys, look at this. I told you everything starts from 0 and then followed by 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, I see that's got disappeared, but 4 you see that. And 4, what is this? Can you look at this? 4, what is that? Look at this. This is a 4. What you are running? Understood now?
Yes, sir.
So your system, your Windows machine is running because of because of this. If you kill this process for PID somehow, you know what? Your system will shut down. But then you will ask, Rajesh, you said PID1. Why did you say PID1? Good. Here is a PID4. Windows architecture little different, little different. So they are running with the 4 PID. So that means 1, 2, 3, they have run something else and then cleared it off. But in Linux, it's you see that. Let me go to Linux. This is the Linux machines, okay? CentOS machines, and I would like to show you here. Go top. See here, 0 and then 1, and you see this is the system. Correct now? So if you kill this process PID1, your VMs will be stopped or virtual machines will be stopped. Make sense, guys, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please remember this. Physical server is running because of PID1 is running. Virtual server is running because of PID1 is running. So I think container is different. Remember that container is running as long as PID1 is running. Okay. So can I give you these clarifications? Let me show you. So guys, look at my screen here. And here, see guys, this is look at my screen. I'm assuming you are very comfortable with the commands of Linux. So ps-u. This is the process table of my base machine, host machine, VM. Now, can I show you this containers PID? So for that, you know what? Docker execute into what container? this container and ps-ef. See, this pf-ef I run in a host machine, and you saw that, and I'm running the container. Now this is error. Why this error? Because this command line utility you don't have in a container of HTTPD. No problem. I will use another container. Quickly, I'll create it. Okay, don't worry about the commands. I'm creating another container which has a ps-ps utility exists, and that is, I'll show you this. Just hold. I created another container. Look at my screen, all of you. This container, I know that ps utility is there. So sometimes what happens that when you create application, you remove all unwanted executables and only keep it the one which is required for running applications. Okay, so Docker exec and this container and ps-es. See here, starting with 0 or what? Tell me. Starting with 0, correct now? Container inside starting with 0, and which is running a container right now? PID1. So as long as this PID1 is running, container is running, the moment you kill this container, PID1, container will stop. Make sense, all of you?
Yes.
All of you? Now, I told you container also get one MNT. Let me get you, use this opportunity to let me show you. KH. See here. This is the inside a container. Don't. This is my host machine. If you want to see that, see my host machine. And this is the container. Inside a container, you see the root file system. Let me show you here. Root file system exec ls root. See here, and here ls. This is a system command. See, host machine also have a root file system. Inside a container also have a root file system. Let me tell you, these are the different file system, different root file system. Now I said one mount get attached to that. So df-kh, look at this here. Right now only one container is running. So this is your container file system. Okay, how many containers I'm having running? Only one, I guess. Now two. So you have a two here. See, two. Can I run one more container just for the sake of discussion? Look at my screen. This is the quickest way to run container. Don't think anything right now. I'll explain it a little bit later. Yes. See, three containers running. Now df- three mounts are there. So this is for one container, this is for one another container, this is for another. So what I said, each container get a own root file system. I showed you. See root file system. See, each container get their own process table. See here, and each container they get own networking. Let me show you if networking tools are there or not. No, it's not there. If config is there, you can install it. It's not there. So the utility which is not there, it's not running. No, it's not there. Got it? All of you?
Yes.
Okay. So now the question was different, but I covered little different. But you must remember this concept. Your container is running as long as PID1 is running. So can I show you this? Let me kill the PID1. Okay. So guys, I'm killing this PID1. So Docker ps, Docker ps, and there's a container which is here. Okay. So Docker execute and this container and kill -9 1. Not, see, I said killing one will kill the container, but you did not kill it. Why? Why? So guys, tell me one thing. Suicide is allowed or not in the world?
It's running, so that's why.
No. Running also you can kill, but suicide is not allowed. Okay. So here, understand that in this case, what has happened? I don't want to get into too much of technical. What has happened? That this command when I run, it become a child. This command is child, and child is saying, hey, this child command. Let me show you the child one. ps-, see here. This is the child. This, whenever I run any command, it become a child. So like that, if I run this command, it's a become a child. Child is saying, hey, I'll kill my parent itself. Tell me, is it possible? You agree my points? All of you?
Yes.
So child process is saying, I will kill my parent, which is not possible. Parent can kill child cannot kill their own parent. So what to do? So here I will try a little bit different approach. What approach then? See guys, this is the PID one, and this is running with a bash. And bash, as long as bash is running, container is running. So now I will go and become a bash. How can I become a bash? I'll teach you this, but don't worry about it. And I'm becoming a bash. Right now I become a container PID one. Look at my screen guys here. Who are you? I'm inside a container here. Attach. Who are you? I am a PID one. I am PID one right now. So here exit. See here. Exit kill will bash. Correct now? And bash will kill. PID one get released. PID one get released. Container will also get released. And you see that it's gone. See, that's gone. Earlier 3, now 2. So ultimately, what I was trying to tell you, no matter which method you use it, PID one is running, container is running, PID one is not running or exited, or somehow it gets failed, container also get exited. Will you remember this statement, all of you? Will you remember?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Now you will say, some of you will say, Rajesh, okay, I understood that PID one is running, so container is running. But how do I set the PID one? I want, so that is in a control of developers, those who create an image.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.